$50,000 a month. $50,000 a freaking month. You're probably thinking the exact same thing that I was thinking when I actually hit that in my business. Am I going crazy? Is this real? How was I able to actually do this? In this video, I'm gonna show you how. And if you guys don't know me, my name is Sabah. I'm the owner of a multi-six-figure online business. And today I wanna show you how I used manifestation to hit $50,000 in one single month in my business. I'm gonna dive right in. I'm gonna take you way back. This was in 2020. And before that, I literally was probably only making like $5,000 a month, sometimes $6,000, sometimes $10,000. But my goal was to hit $50,000 a month in my business. Now, at that moment, I knew everything that I needed in order to hit that point. I had the offers, I had social media, I was creating content, I knew how to market, I knew how to sell, and I quote unquote knew all the strategies. Now I had a coaching business, so I was selling one-on-one coaching, group coaching around building your brand on social media, building your audience, copywriting, graphics, marketing, sales, all of the above. And I'm like, you know what? I know my stuff is really, really, really good. Like, I was really skilled and I knew for a fact I could impact thousands and thousands of people. I was doing everything. Like, I was posting every single day, I was selling, I was launching multiple times, and like it still wasn't working. I couldn't get over like that $10,000 mark in my business. So I'm like, okay, if I'm doing all this strategy and there are people on social media who are literally making millions by doing the exact same strategy I am implementing, why can they do it and I can't? You probably have thought about the same thing, whether you're just starting out in like making money on social media or you're trying to manifest something. You're like, I'm doing everything, but it's not working. Let me know in the comments if that's you, because that was literally me until I realized I was not being someone who was actually worthy enough to bring that into a reality, because I still had the doubts, I still had the fears, and sometimes I would have that voice in my head saying, Sabah, like, no one's gonna pay you this much amount of money. Sabah, you probably need a little bit more experience. Sabah, there's people who have been doing this for 10 years. Why do you think you could make $50,000? And like all the things that were not real. So this is exactly what I did to reprogram my mind and to manifest a $50,000 month to become someone who would actually bring that into her reality. The month prior, I was making probably like I think I made $8,000 that month. And then the very next month, I made $50,000. So at the end of the first month, at the end of like the $8,000 month, let me just tell you like the actual month. It was September, then it was October. So at the end of September, I thought to myself, who do I actually need to be? How do I need to think? What traits do I need to have in order to attract money and attract clients into the next month? So what I did was I took my phone and I recorded probably like a 5-minute audio speaking in present tense as if I had already had a $50,000 month. I would talk about how I felt, what actions I did that month, the fears I had, how I actually got those clients, what I did outside of my business. I literally talked about how my life went the entire month in present tense in order for me to actually bring that into my reality. And to give you guys an example, this is probably what it sounded like. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe this was my first ever $50,000 month. Like, I'm shocked. But at the same time, of course it happened because I showed up in my power every single day this month. I did not waver my faith if someone judged me, if there was doubts, there was fears, because I knew in my bones what I was giving, what I was teaching. My offers and my products were so good that it would help millions of people. And I didn't even have to work 24/7. I went out with my friends. I would work out. I would go to yoga. But when I was working, I was taking the correct action in order to bring clients into my business. And that was an example of what I did. And when I did that recording, I listened to it at least once a day, but I think I listened to it twice a day, morning and night, in order to prime myself to be someone who could actually bring that into her reality. Because I always say, if you were someone right now who is able to achieve the goal that you want, you would have done it already. Like, think about it. You would have done it already because you You should have the traits, the behaviors, the characteristics, the habits in order to do so, but you don't. I had to be somebody who would act that certain way. So what happens is when you listen to yourself say something in present tense over and over and over again, that day when I woke up in the morning after listening to that audio, I would start to take the action of showing up in a powerful way, of recording content, not feeling judged, of being okay after I was done with work and not overworking myself to go out and hang out with my friends. Like, I started doing that thing, and lo and behold, I started to attract clients. The other thing that I did that month was I made it a point to get support from my coaches and mentors. Now, I'm a firm believer that you don't quote unquote need a coach or support in order to build like a successful business or manifest anything into your life, but it does help, because there were some days that month where I felt doubt, I felt fear. So I turned to my mentors and to my coaches to ask them, hey, I'm feeling this way, but I know it's like not real. I know it's temporary. What can I do? So what I would recommend is be around a coach, be around a mentor, or just like a trusted friend, a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend that you can go to if you feel this way. Like, tell them what you're trying to manifest and be like, look, I'm trying to do this month. And if I feel like I'm unaligned or if I feel like I'm scared, when I come to you, can you just help me work myself through it? And every time I did this, I felt so much better, because the thing with money, attracting money, and just manifesting anything into your life, it's not about you don't want to have doubts or fears at all whatsoever, because that is just not possible. It's always going to be in your head, but you don't want to entertain them and you don't want to stay there for too long. So although I had those doubts and fears, I didn't stay there for like hours or even days or weeks. It was maybe only for like a few minutes. So for you, if you're trying to manifest something, when you have doubts and fears, reframe them, because if you sit there for too long, it's going to signal to the universe, to energy, anything that you're going to attract, that it's actually not possible for you and you're actually not worthy for it. The last thing that I did, which is really, really, really important to manifest $50,000 in my business, was every single morning I made time for myself and ground myself into a state where I could receive. Now, a lot of the times people just wake up in the morning, grab their phone, and start consuming whatever is on social media. I didn't do that. So I made a point to wake up. I mean, I wake up really early, like 5:45, 6 a.m. But I made it a point right when I woke up in the morning to first of all listen to my audio, but then I would go immediately into meditating and visualizing. When you can meditate and silence your brain, it tells you the next step you need to take in order to manifest what you want into your life and into your business. And for me, I love to do like visualization meditation, because it really allows me to see what actions I need to be doing in order to bring that once again into my reality. So the perfect like routine I had was I'd wake up in the morning, plug my audio in, listen to myself talking in present tense what I wanted, and then I would sit there, meditate, and visualize probably for like 10 minutes. Sometimes I do it for 20 minutes if I had more time, and just literally visualize myself taking the actions and obtaining what it is that I wanted. Your mind and your subconscious cannot tell the difference between something that is real and something that is vividly imagined. So guess what? If you can vividly imagine your manifestation, your body and your mind will start to attract everything you need to make that possible, and you will start to take the action without fear. A lot of the times people will not take the action because they're afraid, if I do it and if I don't get it, then I'm going to feel disappointed. You're not going to feel this way when you prime your mind through the audio, through the meditation, and through visualizing. And the last thing that I did with my routine, I also journaled. For me, I like to do a lot, as you can see, but when I journal, like I can really put my thoughts onto papers. If you're someone who's like, I have so much that is going on in my head, take the time to journal it out, because that will also give you the action steps sometimes and different things that you might want to do, or even like reframing some of the thoughts that you might have in your head to go out and manifest. Now, the last thing, and I know I've said the last thing so many times, but this is actually the last thing, you have to go out and take action on the manifestation. One of the like biggest myths that I see when it comes to manifesting is if I just sit there and pray to God, to universe, whatever you believe in, you're gonna like manifest that. It's not gonna work. You need to take action. I always say, in order to attract something, you need to take action, because action is literally in the word attraction. So go take the action that you know to take, because I'm also such a firm believer, you already know what action to take. And if you don't, figure it out. You have YouTube, you have Google, you have free resources, or invest into a mentor or a coach, but it's like, you know the actions to take. So you need to do them. But when you can take the action with certainty and releasing the outcome of you actually receiving it, that is when it's actually gonna happen. That month when I hit $50,000, there was no scarcity energy. There was no lack energy, because I just knew that would happen. So every time someone maybe did reach out, ask for like the link to buy and then not buy, I didn't fret. Like I wasn't panicking like, oh my gosh, they didn't buy, I'm not gonna hit my goal. I made it a point to still move, to still keep going. So this is what I did to manifest $50,000 a month in my business. And this is what I recommend you to do if you're trying to manifest money, or honestly anything into your life. Let me know in the comments if you love this video. I love talking about manifestation. I love talking about business. I love talking about mindset. Let me know what topic you want to see in my next video. And until then, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. As always, make sure that you stay unforgettable.